Good morning, dear students, and welcome all of you. Today, in this session, we are going to study the third part from our lesson, that is Glimpses of India. The title of the text of the part is Tea from Assam. I hope you have read the text and also listened to the audio, and I'm sure you must have understood some part of it, maybe completely. Let's begin with the firstly summary of the text. Then we'll watch a video giving some account of this part 3. And then again we'll discuss the text in detail, word to word, line to line. Again we'll watch one more video giving again the summary and some more details and about how the tea industry is developed in Assam and how the tea is manufactured, how the plants grow and the process, right? So can we continue this video, students?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. So this is part 3, tea from Assam. The title itself tells us, that it is something about tea, and we all know that Assam is very famous, for the production of tea. I remember there were lessons in class 9 in history. If we have read it thoroughly, the problems, those people faced that time, the workers especially. Do you remember some part that read in history about Assam agriculture culture, that
Famous for coffee.
So Assam is famous for coffee.
like no matter. Yes, so you might yes, you might know it in class 9 because some text, this year, as you know, that are deleted by CBSE. Similarly, in social science, every year, out of 8 or 9 lessons, some are optional to each other, right? But there was one of the texts, one of the history of cricket, another was about the clothes, and likewise about the forest, and also one of them was based on the communities, from Assam and some such kind of areas in India. Do you remember something or you have not learned it? Yes, dear students. This is page number 94. If you have your textbook, you please open it and turn over the page. This is page number 94. Students are still joining. So this lesson, Tea from Assam, is about two friends. They are Pranjal and Radhvir, who are traveling to Pranjal's hometown. Pranjal is from Assam and Radhvir is from Delhi, the capital of our nation. Right? So Pranjal invites his friend to visit his place in Assam. And there the journey begins how they reach there, what do they enjoy, how is Rajveer's experience there in Assam. These many things we are going to learn. So when they are traveling to Pranjal's hometown, Assam, for the summer vacation, you know, Assam is known as the tea country. It has the largest concentration of plantations in the world. During their journey, they discuss about the various legends that are known to have discovered tea. So the story tells us about the popularity of tea as a beverage. You know the beverage, right? Drinking items. And then the story revolves around the infamous beverage tea, telling us more about its history and also the discovery. How it happened that the people discovered these tree plants and how they wanted that crop of the tea as a commercial one in order to earn their living, and how they finally, developed that production and made it famous not only in India but worldwide. So it begins from the scene where two friends, Pranjal and Raghavir, are set to go to Assam, Pranjal's hometown, when a tea vendor asks them if they would like to have some freshly made tea. And dear students, it must be your experience also that everywhere, wherever you go across our country, tea is very famous. Everywhere, be it a bus stop, be it any shop, be it a village, be it just on the road you are traveling, you will find some tea shops on the way also. And if you are even traveling by train, by air, everywhere, tea is available because people in India especially prefer it and they like it very much. They are very fond of it. And there are most of the people, they begin their day with tea only. And in the previous text itself, which one? Goa. The author says that hot tea cleans, the teeth and everything, the mouth itself, after all, completely, so nicely, he says. Do you agree, dear students, with him? That the author says there in the text, a baker from Goa, that a tiger does not, clean his mouth, nor he brush his teeth, and he doesn't face any problem. We say there will be cavity or decay in our teeth, but they don't face such problems. And so he says that, we are not bothered about it. And after all, there is a hot tea which cleans the mouth and the teeth so nicely, after all. That was the sentence, no? In the first part that we have read.
Yes,
Do you remember, dear students? Do you agree with
yes,
him?
sir. Yes, sir.
Here
Yes,
it is.
sir.
I am showing you. The tiger never brushed his teeth. Hot tea could wash and clean up everything so nicely after all. But are we tiger? The tiger never brushed their teeth. Right? But are we tiger? No, we are human beings. Right, dear students? Or you think you are
Yes,
tiger and you should also not brush your teeth?
no, sir.
Have you brushed your teeth today, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And another statement from the author here is, hot tea could wash and clean up everything so nicely after all. And there is an exclamation mark. So what do you think? He is telling the truth or he's just uh, trying to create a humor and making fun? What do you say?
Trying to create a humor and making fun.
Yeah. He really does not mean to say that hot tea, in fact, wash our, and cleans up everything. But he simply is trying to create a humor here and making a fun in order to create the interest for the reader, right?
Yes, sir.
So don't tell your parents that I'll just have a hot tea and that is more than enough. No need to clean, the mouth, nor to wash, nor to brush the teeth. And after all, the tiger also never brushed the teeth. But dear students, we are not tiger, right? And nor, as a student, we should have regular tea. It also becomes, our natural habit, because if you are having tea at a particular time, every day you will just think of it. There are people, those who are having tea regularly in the morning, at noon, in the evening, at night, you know, they are so habitual, and they become further victim of the tea. How? Because without it they can't work. They feel all the time bored, tired, as if the people are alcoholic. You know, if they don't have it, they feel completely lost, not and miserable. So it happens with the people, those who are having regularly tea and they don't get on time. Am I right, dear students? You must have seen some, such examples nearby, even maybe at your home, the neighbors, the relatives, the friends. I have seen very closely. Do you agree? It happens or not?
Yes,
Yes.
sir, it happens.
Yes, we should never be, the victim of our habits. It should be up to us. For example, if I'm not getting tea at 9 o'clock, and then 9 onward I'm feeling bored until and unless I get tea and have it. There is no sense. It's not good. But if I'm getting, that is okay. If I don't, no. I should not miss it. I should not remember that this is the time now for tea and I must have. Without that, I can't do anything. But it generally happens in the society, in the community, in our country especially. So please, questions can be there, dear students, in the board examination also, that the author says, Forty would wash and clean up everything so nicely after all. There can be different kinds of questions. The first can be what tone the author has in this statement. There can be another question, what is your opinion in the context of this statement? Or there can be another question, do you agree with the author with his statement? Why not? Okay. So can you answer such kinds of questions, dear students?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And another question can be there based on the first statement here. The tiger never brushed his teeth. Right? Based on that also, question can be asked that do you agree with the statement? Do you brush your teeth regularly or don't? Then why not? So if you can mention such answers also, because I'm not a tiger. That can also be a part of your answer. No problem. Even if we have discussed and know where it is given, but you can mention, right?
Yes, sir.
It's logic, no? Because the tiger never brushed the teeth, and the children should also not brush the teeth. What do you say? You can mention that children are children, they are human beings, they are not the tigers, right? And so they should brush their teeth even if the tiger doesn't, right? It can be a part of your answer, no doubt, no problem. Then the next that we were discussing here all about teeth, right? I'm just scrolling down to the page. What is the page number? 94, right?
94.
Very good. So this way, a person comes there when they are just traveling, maybe by train, and there he comes and tea, garam chai, you have heard if you have traveled by train especially.
Yes, sir.
So Pranjal's hometown, when a tea vendor asks them if they would like to have some freshly made tea, they buy 2 cups, joining almost every other person in their compartment, and every people, each one of them sitting in the compartment, they were all having that cup of tea. So from there, the journey begins, and Pranjal starts reading his detective book while Raghuveer decides to enjoy the scenic beauty. And it was very common for Pranjal that he had been there and it was his place. So he spent his time in reading a book, a detective book. But Raghuveer, being from New Delhi, these things were quite new for him, and he just wanted to enjoy the beauty of the nature. What do you think is better, dear students? Reading the book while you are traveling or enjoying the beauty outside? What do you say? What is your
Enjoying
opinion?
the beauty outside.
Enjoying the beauty outside.
Enjoying
Yes.
the beauty
Can
outside.
you give reasons?
So reading a book while traveling is also not good for our health.
Yes, very good. Even it may harm, damage partially your eyesight also, your eyes also, because we are little bit moving, no? There is a movement. We may not be able to concentrate, and especially as far as I am concerned, if I am not enjoying the beauty outside, I can't travel. Or at least I need to then close my eyes and sit quietly or engage. But I can never use mobile phone, just checking what is there, nor I can read book. It has been almost impossible for me. I tried many a times, but it never happened. And of course, there are many reasons, as you have also shared, that it's not good. But some people, they just go on reading newspapers or reading some books. It may also vary person to person. But here, both the things we can see that Pranjal is just reading a detective book and Rajveer is there enjoying the scenic beauty. So there were soft green paddy fields followed by tea buses. And everywhere there is greenery, paddy fields are there, and followed by tea buses. Tea buses means the crop that is being carried by those buses. Rajendra is very excited on seeing such large plantations of tea, but Pranjal is unable to match the same level because he was born and brought up in Assam, famously known as the tea country. But in both the friends' nature, you can see the difference that Pranjal is natively from there, and so he need not to spend much time looking those things because he has been seeing that beauty and is quite known to those places. But Rajveer is not. It is in his life the first time he is enjoying that beauty and seeing it very well. Then visiting there for the first time, Rajveer did a lot of study about how tea was discovered and that it dates back to 2700 BC before Christ. According to what he read, that it was first consumed in China and reached Europe in the 16th century, where it was mostly popular for its medicinal properties. So, if you remember, in class 6 civics book, there are many things, or there were the special ways that time, not only for tea purposes, but for different kinds of businesses people had made. Even they were the roadways, and also through the water, there were some waterways also. Do you remember some part, your students? And here he says that it was the first time that tea was consumed in China. It was 2700 BC. Means how many years ago from today? This is 2020, and that is 2007 BC. 472, right? 720. 4720, right, dear students?
Yes, sir.
Those many years ago, it was the first time that tea was consumed in China, and then it went from there to Europe in 16th century, means almost 400 to 500 years ago, where it was mostly popular for its medicinal properties. So that time it was not used, just to have as a drink or a beverage, but it was used, as a part of medicinal plants or because of its properties. Even today, if we get little burn or cut, we get tea powder and apply it on it. In the villages, it happens. I don't know if you have come across such examples, but it really stops the bleeding, right? Then there are numerous stories as to how it was discovered. One about a Chinese emperor and the other about a Buddhist monk. So as we studied about the cook and the people there were also different stories told. that some believed that they were Greek and some believed they were having some Arabic descent. And same way here about the tea. There are many stories. One of them is about Chinese emperor and the other about the Buddhist monk. So we'll study these stories again in detail, but let's see and finish with the summary. So the former liked the taste of wine, the latter used to get rid of sleep. And you know the former means here Chinese emperor. He liked the taste of that tea very much, but the latter means Buddhist monk. He used to get rid of sleep. You know, having tea. Even people today, those who want to keep themselves awake at night, they just go on having tea and tea all night so that they don't feel asleep and they can concentrate on work. So there are, you know, different bad habits people uses or they implement in their life to keep themselves awake by chewing some, you know, tobaccos and all, or smoking. So many things are there. But likewise, tea is also the part because it damages our, you know, our digestive system as well. And so only, you know, once we have tea, we feel our appetite that we are not feeling hungry, right? Does it happen to your students? Is your experience like this? And people in India, they are having tea empty stomach. Means in the morning, before having anything, they firstly have tea and then the breakfast. But nowadays, the culture is changing, especially in the cities. They firstly have breakfast and then tea. But in the villages, it's different. They firstly have tea and then the breakfast. What do you do, dear students? You firstly have your breakfast or tea? Yes?
First.
First breakfast.
Ayush?
Tea.
Sir,
Breakfast.
I have tea first.
Yeah. Yes, it varies again from person to person. Some are having tea first and then breakfast. Some breakfast first and then tea. Then, as they were having this discussion, they reached their destination where Pranjal's parents had to come, you know, had come to receive them and take them to their tea garden. And finally, you know, these stories have been discussed by both the friends in their journey. And finally, they reached their destination, the Pranjal's village. And there were his parents who had been there to welcome and receive both of them. And they directly went from there to their tea garden. On their way, Vaishnav is trying to join but not getting joined, interrupting me. Fine. So on their way, they passed a cattle bridge and gave way to a truck filled with tea leaves, which drew their attention to the fact that it was the second sprouting season. And Rajveer indeed did a lot of study before coming, which impressed Pandu's father, and he intended to learn a lot more. And finally, you know, they came across the truck full of tea leaves, and then they came to know that it was the second time that the leaves were taken away and were transported in the trucks to the markets. And there, being for a month or more than that, he spent his summer vacation there and did so much of hard work and studied everything or all about the tea. And that really impressed Pranjal's father also, the Rajveer's studious nature and hard work, right? And he himself got an inspiration that he should also learn a lot more about the tea. And that's the story, dear students. You got it? Would you like to watch a video now about it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Are we going very slow today? It is 25 minutes past and we are just done with the summary. Okay. Animation first and then summary we will watch. Okay, at the end.
Sir, your voice is breaking.
You are not audible.
So the video is also not visible.
Is it alright, dear students? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Is the video
Yes, sir.
there on your screen available? Okay, I'm just going to play, right.
Meet Prince Joel. I am a youngster from Assam. My father is the manager of a tea garden in Upper Assam, and I have invited my classmate, Rajver, to visit my home during this summer vacation.
Chai Garam Chai, a vendor called out loudly.
Gave us 2 cups.
They sipped the steaming hot tea. Almost everyone there was drinking tea.
Do you know Prince Joel? That over 8 cups of tea are drunk every day throughout the world. How are you? Tea is really very popular. Now I am reading my detective book. I am too fan of detective stories, but I want to look at this beautiful scenery. It's green, green everywhere. I have never seen such greenery before.
Then the green paddy fields gave way to tea bushes. It was a magnificent view. In the distance there was an ugly building with smoke blowing out of tall chimneys.
Hey, a tea garden. I am born and grew up on plantation. This is a tree country now. Assam has the largest concentration of plantations in the world. You will see enough tree gardens to last you a lifetime. I have been reading as much as I could about tea. No one really knows who discovered tea, but there are many legends. What legends? There's the one about a Chinese emperor who always boiled water before drinking. Once, he was boiling water in a pot by burning twigs below the pot. Then, a few leaves off twigs fell into water. When he drank the water, he found delicious. It's said they were tea leaves. Tell me another. We have an Indian legend too. Burma, an ancient Buddhist ascetic, cut off his eyelids because felt sleepy during meditation. The eyelids grew into 10 tea plants. The leaves of these plants, when put in water, vanished sleep. Tea was first drunk in China as far back as 2700 BC. In fact, such words like chai, chini, are from Chinese. Tea came to Europe only in the 16th century. It was drunk more as medicine than as beverage.
The train stopped in the Mariana Junction. They collected their luggage and reached the platform.
We were waiting for you, Prince Joel. Soon, they four were driving to Dekiabari, the tea garden managed by Prince Joel's father. An hour later, the car crossed a cattle bridge and entered Dekiabari. On both sides of the gravel road were many tea bushes, all neatly cut to the same height. The tea pluckers were plucking the leaves.
Prangel's father slowed down to allow a tractor, with a trailer loaded with tea leaves, to pass.
This is the second spouting season, isn't it, Mr. Barua? It lasts from May to July, and yields the best tea. Wow! You know much about tea, although tea gardens are new for you. You seem to have done your homework before coming? Yes, Mr. Barua. But I hope to learn much more while I'm here. It's not the end. Till now, I just explained the story. But now, see its summary, that's at the end of video. And understand the chapter efficiently. Now, it's on you to make your future. For this, we can do two things. One, to subscribe our channel, so that you will be able to get notified about other chapters. And second, to see all till now, and get good marks. Now see the summary.
Yes, dear student. Could you understand
Yes, sir.
some of the things that we discussed in the summary?
Yes,
Yes,
Was
sir.
it worth watching? Very good. Okay, let's continue now with the text, word to word and line to line. So, meanwhile, can anyone tell me what you have watched and understood from it? Briefly.
sir, may I?
Yes, dear Shreya.
In this, Pranjal called his friend Rajveer for in her town or a village in Assam. As Rajveer was from city, from Delhi, so he was very fond of the scenery and wanted to know about tea gardens. And Pranjal was not interested as he was born in Assam and grown up there. So he decided to read a detective book, and Rajveer was interested in seeing the scenery.
Very
And
good.
Rajveer also shared about the legends about the how the tea was discovered. So he once told first was about the Chinese emperor, and the next was about the Bodhidharma and about the ancient Buddhist ascetic. And when
Yes.
they reached the station, sorry, the Marina Junction,
Hmm?
then they went to the small farm of tea garden of her Pranjo of his father.
Yes. Very good, dear Shreya. Okay, so let's understand it in detail one by one. May I start? Yes, dear students.
Yes, sir.
So garam chai is a vendor called out in a high-pitched voice. What do you understand from this? Where they are? Are they at home and mother is saying? Or they are at
No,
railway
sir.
station and the person who is selling tea is saying these words. Garam
They are in the
chai.
train.
Yes, dear Anil. What you said?
They are in the train.
Yes, very good. Dear Jitnesh, do you agree that they are not at home and are traveling and so they are able to hear such sounds?
Yes, sir.
Good. Shanish Raja, can you repeat what they hear a person calling out in a high pitched voice? Yes, Shanish Raja. Swastik, can you hear? What did they hear? A vendor calling out in a high pitched voice.
सर चाय गरम गरम चाय.
Yes, very good. Even, there are some chai pe charcha. Such programs are also there. Do you know? And our honorable Prime Minister was also a tea seller in Gujarat in his early days, in his early life, isn't it? But it doesn't mean that every a tea seller can become a prime minister, and every prime minister should be a tea seller. No, there is no reference, but just here it is. So I told you. So he came up to their window and asked, "Chai, sir?" And here he asked if they wanted tea. Then what did they do? Give us 2 cups, Pranjal said. I'll just try to read. If you find, because explanation will trouble you and make your attention little distracted when I will be explaining. Because I think there is nothing now to explain more. This lesson in a conversation is very easy to understand. What do you say, dear students? May I just read with some intonations ups and downs, like when I explain, and you will be able
Yes,
to
sir.
understand, right? So he came up to their window and asked, "Chai saab, give us 2 cups," Pranjal said. They sipped the steaming hot liquid. Almost everyone in their compartment was drinking tea too. Do you know that over 80 crore cups of tea are drunk every day throughout the world? Rajveer said. You, exclaimed Pranjal. Tea really is very popular. The train pulled out of the station. Pranjal buried his nose in his detective book again. Rajveer too was an ardent fan of detective stories, but at the moment he was keener on looking at the beautiful scenery. It was green, green everywhere. Rajveer had never seen so much greenery before. Then the soft green paddy fields gave bushes, sorry. This is bushes, not tea bushes, means that there are everywhere the tree plants in all the fields. They are fully covered. Like if you visit the western part of Maharashtra and also southern part, Sangli, Satara, Kolhapur, Pune, there you will come across everywhere greenery. But what are those greenery of? What is the crop? Main crop there? Sugarcane. What is it? Yes, dear students, are you understanding? Getting me?
Sugarcane.
Yes, like previously we discussed that if you go to Nasik, you will come across grapes only and their plants, right? If you go to Jalgaon, Bhusavar, there you will come across only the banana trees or those kinds of plants. If you go to Nagpur, you will come across orange plants, right? So that way those places are famous. And here it is Assam. And so he could easily see everywhere that there are tea bushes. And they just talk about tea for a little while. But again, Pranjal started reading. Here, Pranjal buried his nose in his detective book again, means just he hold his book on his face and lied there. Or was he reading? What do you understand from this statement? Pranjal buried his nose in his detective book again.
He again
So he was
started
reading.
reading the book.
Yes, very good. It was green everywhere. Rajul had never seen so much greenery before. Then the soft green paddy fields gave way to tea bushes. It was a magnificent view. Against the backdrop of densely wooded hills, a sea of tea bushes stretched as far as the eye could see. And everywhere there was greenery, as far as he could see, everywhere there was greenery. And so densely wooded hills of tea means there were everywhere only the tea bushes, and those hills were also covered with these tea bushes. Dwarfing the tiny tea plants were tall, sturdy shade trees, and amidst the orderly rows of bushes, busily moved doll-like figures. And you might have seen, those bushes, how they are, and between them, between the rows, there are some doll-like figures. What do you think they are, doll-like figures? Are they scarecrow? Like we see in our, in the farms, there are scarecrow, just to scare and crow, means to scare the birds, that they should not go and spoil the crop, they are there. But what do you think they are here? Doll-like figures, and they are busily moving orderly through the rows of bushes. What do you think they are? Yes, dear students, answer. Not getting?
So the leaves of tree bushes.
Leaves of tree bushes.
No, they are people, they are ladies, those who are working in the field, in the tea paddy fields, and they are just cutting them, making the necessary arrangement that is required. So what are those figures? Busily
Women.
moving, they are the people working. Yes, very good. Kuchi Sahani answered there in the chat box. Good there. So in the distance was an ugly building with smoke billowing out of a tall chimney. And in little far away from there, in the distant place, there was an ugly building with smoke billowing out of tall chimney. So what is it? Let's see. Hey, a tea garden! Rajvir cried excitedly. Pranjul, who had been born and brought up on a plantation, did not share Rajvir's excitement. As he was from there only, right from his birth, he's seen this thing, and there was nothing new for him. But for Rajvir, it was a quite, new things for him there in the garden. And so he saw a tea garden there, and he exclaimed, "Hey, a tea garden! Oh, this is tea country now," he said. Assam has the largest concentration of plantations in the world. You will see enough gardens to last you a lifetime. And dear students, what does this say? That Rajveer has really studied everything before going to Assam. So what lesson can we learn, dear students, from this? That we simply get up in the morning, pack our bags like in the class 9 packing people have done, those Jerome, George and Harris, and just move for the trip, or before we go, we should firstly think, try to know as much as we can from the internet, through the books and all, those collect the information, and that will
We should collect the
make you
information
more
about the
curious.
place where we are going.
Very good. And that's what here Rajveer has already done, right? You will see some more instances. I have been reading as much as I could about tea, Rajveer said. No one really knows who discovered tea, but there are many legends. What legends? Well, there is the one about the Chinese emperor. So, dear students, who is sharing the legends and those stories with whom? What do you say?
Rajveer
Rajveer is sharing with
Rajveer is
Pranjal.
sharing to
Yes.
Pranjal.
Very good. It happens, dear students, when we are born in, even in the best place, but we are not bothered because we feel so much comfortable and we never think of those things, right? The information that we may not have about Ahmednagar may have more than that, even with the person who comes from foreign country. Do you agree? Yes, it happens. We are not bothered. We are simply living here, enjoying our life, doing the things that we are doing usually every day, and that way we spend. But the people, those who come, knowing that this is a historical place, they are so prepared and have studied about Ahmednagar that they know everything far more than us, right? Do you agree? And that's what here
Yes,
happens.
sir.
That Pranjal should have shared with him everything about Assam, but here is Rajveer telling him everything. So what living? Well, there is the one about the Chinese emperor who always boiled water before drinking it. One day, a few leaves of the twigs burning under the pot fell into the water, giving it a delicious flavor. It is said there were tea leaves. And dear students, here is one story about Chinese emperor who used to boil water before drinking. That's really good habit. We should also do like this. And especially in this crisis of COVID-19, we should always try to drink warm water. If it is possible, boil it first, then get it be little lukewarm, and then you please have it. If possible, add some turmeric in that. Then have, also try to get natural or Ayurvedic tea. Do you know the process? You can search for Ayurvedic tea by Ayushman Bharat. Under that scheme, there are some, even CBSE has shared some details about it, about Ayurvedic tea. It boosts our energy and also immunity power. So that is the need of this time during this COVID-19, right? So please also make it habit every now and then. If not possible, Ayurvedic tea, you just have boiled water, and also add some turmeric and salt in your water in the morning, and also before going to bed, and at noon, thrice in a day. And just gargle, you know. You know that process of gargling?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. But here that Chinese emperor, it happened that if two leaves or some leaves of that tea bush fell into that boiling water, and when he tested and when he drank it, he found it was a very delicious flavor, and it liked him very much, and that way tea was developed, right? Then what happened? Another, tell me another, Scott Pranjal. So this is the one we can understand that Rajveer is telling and Pranjal is listening to him. So we have an Indian legend too, Bodhidharma, an ancient Buddhist ascetic, cut off his eyelids because he felt sleepy during meditation. And such monks, Buddhist monks, they meditate and they don't want to sleep. And when they are feeling sleepy, just to not feel sleepy, he cut off his eyelids, eyebrows, eyelids, eyeballs, then retina, more about eyes. We have studied maybe in physics also in detail, right? So he cut off his eyelids just because he was feeling sleepy. And even there was earlier system, polytels, especially Brahmin community they used to have, because they were very studious and they had to study longer. People say that they used to hold it or tie it with some high, and if they feel, they can easily get up and start studying. So there are also some such stories that the people say. But here, this fellow, this Buddhist monk, cut off his eyelids, and later he came to know that he can help him from not being feeling sleepy during night, and especially when he was meditating. So 10 sea plants grew out of the eyelids, and this is another story that these eyelids he cut off, and there grew up some 10 plants because there were 10 eyelids. So the leaves of these plants, when put in hot water and drunk, banish sleep. And after having that a cup of tea, person do not feel asleep. That is another legend, another story of this another legend. So tea was first drunk in China, Rajveer added, as far back as 2700 BC. In fact, words such as tea, chai, chini are from Chinese. So these are some Chinese words, chai, chini, right? And even Chinese seems to be like that only. So from that, the people could discover and understand that tea was firstly developed in China in 2700 BC. So tea came to Europe only in the 16th century and was drunk more as medicine than as beverage. So then the train clattered into Mariani Junction. Do you want more explanation, dear students? I think we have already discussed. Do you want me to say more about
No.
it? All right. So this is the junction here, Mariani Junction in Assam. The boys collected their luggage and pushed their way to the crowded platform, and there they finally reached. Then Pranjul's parents were waiting for them. Soon they were driving towards Dhekia Bari, the tea garden managed by Pranjul's father. This is one place, a tea garden where Pranjul's father was looking after it and was managing everything there. Dhekia Bari. So an hour later, the car veered sharply off the main road. They crossed a cattle bridge and entered Dhekiabari tea estate. And finally, after traveling a longer distance, they reached the place, Dhekiabari, where Pranjul's father was a manager. And after going there, what discussion took place? What did he come to know about it? Let's see. On both sides of the gravel road were acre upon acre of tea bushes, all neatly pruned to the same height. And that cutting is done properly every time, so they are all of the same height. And people are there always walking in those tea fields. And everywhere you could find acre and acre upon acre, means those all areas were fully covered with the tea bushes. And they were all of equal size, equal height. So groups of tea pluckers, they are there, those ladies or the people, persons, men, women, all working in the farm, that they were firstly mentioned as moving figures. So with bamboo baskets on their backs, bamboo baskets, in order to cut those or pluck those leaves and put them in it and collect. Wearing plastic aprons, were plucking the newly sprouted leaves, and that way they just went on cutting it or plucking those leaves and were just going on adding in the basket and were finally collected. And in order to protect themselves, they also put on plastic aprons, right?
Yes, sir.
So, like tea leaves are there. Similarly, there is a medicinal use of basil trees also, basil leaves also, tulsi, right? So, in the Ayurvedic tea, you can add those basil leaves also. That is also very good for our health. And that way, the area they are described by the author, and then here how Pranjal's father was really impressed by the knowledge that Rajveer had, even if he was from Delhi. What happened? Let's see. So Pranjal's father slowed down to allow a tractor pulling a trailer load of tea leaves to pass. And just he slowed down. They were traveling by a car, and there was a tractor trying to overtake, or it was on the same way coming, and they just wanted to allow that tractor with a trailer load, that trailer backside of it, and that was full of tea leaves, because there were no other crops than the tea. So everywhere the people were working in the tea bushes, tea farms, everywhere there were tea leaves. The transportation was also of tea leaves, and the business, the manufacturing and making tea out of those leaves, making them in the powder, packing, selling, everything. I'll also show you a video at last. We can understand it. So this is the second flush or sprouting period, isn't it, Mr. Barua? Rajveer asked. It lasts from May to July and yields the best tea. And this is the now second time or second flush or sprouting period that the leaves had grown to the tea bushes, and this period is from May to July, and that is the summer vacation that they had gone there, right? And they were observing and seeing the people working. And there is a person who is looking after there, and him, Rajveer asked, what did he say? This is the second flush or sprouting period, isn't it, Mr. Barua? Even if Rajveer was knowing, but just he wanted to confirm from Mr. Barua, he said so. Then you seem to have done your homework before coming, Pranjal's father said in surprise. And there Pranjal's father now was really showing more interest listening to Rajveer, because he was sharing everything and had complete knowledge about Assam and the tea production and the tea plants also, tea bushes also. And so he said, yes, you have done really a good homework before coming here. Yes, Mr. Barua. So who is Mr. Barua, dear students? Who do you think is Mr. Barua?
Pranjal's father.
The manager of that tea land or the tea field. And he is none but, as you said, Rajveer's father. Very good. So yes, Mr. Barua, Rajveer admitted, but I hope to learn much more while I am here. And he also shows some interest that it was just a theoretical knowledge he had gained. Who? Rajveer. But he wants to learn everything and see those things practically happening around, right? And he was not just happy with what knowledge he had gained and had read in the text, but he also wanted to confirm the same on the ground, right? And that was the reason that he had been there and was sharing and asking the questions with Mr. Barua, Pranjal's father. Right, dear students? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll watch one more video here about the summary of this.
Glimpses of India Tea from Assam follows the story of Pranjal and his knowledgeable friend Rajveer as they travel from Delhi to the tea plantations of Assam. The story, through Rajveer's eyes, provides short snippets of the history of tea and its popularity around the world. Pranjal and Rajveer were on their way to Pranjal's home, a tea estate in Assam. A hawker selling hot cups of tea came to their train compartment window. Pranjal ordered 2 cups of tea. As they sipped their tea, Rajveer told Pranjal that about 80 crore cups of tea are consumed every day in the world. Pranjal, pleasantly surprised, commented on the popularity of tea. As the train left the station, Pranjal went back to reading a detective novel. Rajveer, however, was more interested in the scenery outside. As a boy who grew up in Delhi, he had never seen so much greenery before. He watched as paddy fields gave way to tea bushes. The view was magnificent, comprising hills, tall trees, and green tea fields. Then, a building with smoke emitting from its chimneys came into view. Rajveer, who had never seen a tea garden before, enthusiastically pointed out to Pranjal. Pranjal, used to such sights, informed him that they were in Assam, which contained the highest number of tea plantations in the world. Rajveer then narrated a few legends he had come across while reading on the topic of tea. One of the stories was of a Chinese emperor who always boiled water before drinking it. One day, a few tea leaves fell into the pot, giving the water a delicious flavor. An Indian legend, on the other hand, narrates the story of Bodhidharma, an old Buddhist monk who cut off his eyelids to stay awake during meditations. 10 tea plants emerged from his eyelids. The leaves were boiled with water to make a drink that banished sleep. Rajveer then told Pranjal that tea was first drunk in China in 2700 BC. In fact, the words chai and chini came from the Chinese language. Europeans only discovered tea in the 16th century. Even then, they considered it more of a medicine than a beverage. The train now reached Mariani Junction, where Pranjal's parents were waiting for the two boys. Together, they drove towards Dekhiabadi Tea Estate, the estate managed by Pranjal's father. As they entered the estate, they saw neatly cut tea plants on either side of the road. Tea pluckers, with bamboo baskets and plastic aprons, were busily plucking newly grown tea leaves. Rajveer, looking at the scene, asked Pranjal's father whether this was the second flush, the crop which bloomed from May to July and produced the best tea. Pranjal's father, surprised, commented on Rajveer's knowledge of tea. Rajveer accepted the praise. However, he said smilingly, he also hoped to learn a lot more during his stay.
Yes, dear students, understood the text well?
Yes, sir. Understood.
Okay, I think question answers are very easy to understand here. Do you want me to discuss? Or may I just share with you the answers and you will write them and will ask me if there is any difficulty? What do you say?
As you wish.
No, I don't think they are difficult. I'll share with you and you may write as per your convenience, right? But here I would like to show you one more video giving more details about Assam and the production, how tea is made and how it is produced in Assam. Would you like to watch it?
Yes, sir.
Very good. So here it is. I am playing for you all. Tea industry in Assam. Okay, how tea is made.
India is known for its cultural diversity, religious amalgamation, and thousands of different languages and various foods. But one thing which is beyond culture and religion is the love which we all share towards tea. After arising in the morning, our body really wakes up only after our first cup of tea. India is second in the world in terms of tea production. But how many of us have given much thought to where this beloved beverage comes from? Tea, or chai as it is known in India, comes from different parts of India. It mainly comes from the northeastern areas of Assam and Darjeeling. Tea is very easily available to all of us, but it is a tough task to produce and process it. In Assam, one can see huge tea estates and thousands of laborers busy plucking tea leaves spread all over the estate. Workers pluck tea leaves from early morning till the evening. The leaves are plucked by hand and women laborers are preferred for the task. Since the tea leaves are hand-plucked, the tea bushes are kept only waist-high to make the plucking task easier. After plucking, the workers carry the baskets full of leaves to the main junction, where the leaves get weighed and are finally ready for the factory. Once the truck arrives in the factory, it is weighed again. Workers carry bags filled with tea leaves for the next step, which is withering. The leaves are cleaned and laid out to wither overnight. This process is very crucial as it prepares the tea leaves for further processing. During the withering of leaves, they are spread and turned for even exposure to the air. The following day, the tea leaves are carried to the crushing segment with the help of hangers. In this section, the tea leaves are poured in a crusher. Then the leaves are torn and crushed, after which they take the shape of small particles. Leaves smooth and waste-free. Once the tea gets smoothened, it is stored in a container for the next step. Later, these crushed, cleaned and rolled tea leaves are poured into containers where they are oxidized. The leaves are laid to interact with oxygen for a while. The oxygen reacts with the enzymes of the processed leaves, changing its chemical composition. This process gives the tea leaves their reddish-brown color. After oxidization, the processed tea leaves are picked up by the hangers to reach the next segment. This next step is called firing. Here the leaves are beating them at a temperature of 2. This is the moisture content below to 3%, which stops the further oxidization of the processed leaves. After this final process are poured into buckets and weighed. Then the tea is poured on the conveyor belts, which carry it to a large 1-ton container where this processed tea is stored for dispatch later. Finally, this processed tea is now packed into tea packets and dispatched for markets worldwide. This brew, which makes our every morning fresh and energized, has a long story to tell about its production. This is how a mere green leaf is processed and converted into a blended and blissful creation, which is an imperative part of our age-old tradition.
Any query, dear students? Any doubt? You want to share something? Want to ask?
No, sir.
Everything is clear?
Yes.
Understood everywhere?
Yes,
Saying
sir.
that? Okay then. Thank you, dear students. That's it for today. Have a great day ahead. Bye. Take care.
Bye, sir.
Bye, sir.
Bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Bye.